Hi, and welcome to the Balancing Act New York edition. I'm Montel Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to businesses and people who are making a difference. So let's see who's making a difference right here in your neighborhood.
On today's episode, event planning for any occasion, chef-inspired frozen foods you have to taste to believe, divorce without the drama, education news you can use, advice for those in the market for a new home, the latest in jewelry designs, plus lots more on The Balancing Act.
You're going to love our first story.
For most of us, buying a home is more than just finding a place to live. It's also an investment. Let's hear from the experts at Nancy Chu Homes.
Nancy Chu Homes is essentially a real estate company here in northern New Jersey. We're based out of the Keller Williams in Montclair, but the vast majority of what we do is working with clients, both buyers and sellers, to help them make the best financial decisions possible in relationship to real estate. We really treat real estate as part of their investment portfolio. And that is the lens that we see almost all real estate transactions through, and that's how we advise them. Most of our clientele comes from New York City, and they just sort of hop over the river to be with us. So we service Hudson, Bergen, Essex, Morris, Union. As a matter of fact, we go all the way west to the Pennsylvania border, and we go down to about the halfway point of the state. So we cover the northern half of New Jersey.
Providing lifelong financial stability to their clients is one of their driving forces.
We think a home is the cornerstone of your financial future. It's the largest purchase you're going to make. It's the biggest investments you're going to make. It's where a third of your income, on average, tends to go. It's housing. You might as well have it work for you and build equity as opposed to paying someone else rent.
Fixer-uppers are actually a really great value opportunity. The truth is, the vast majority of the work that you see in most homes is primarily cosmetic. Of course, when you go through the house and get the home inspection done, you'll know for sure. But many of these costs are actually fixed costs. And if you were to fight for a more turnkey home, the competition would probably drive that price point up beyond how much you would spend if you were to do the work yourself.
They have a saying, "We are your way home." Here are a few tips to help you get there and grow your wealth at the same time.
Some tips about what kind of home to look for to grow your wealth. Well, the truth is, most people right now are looking for very turnkey homes, but deals can be found in almost any market, even when there's very little inventory right now. As long as you look for homes in which you can build equity by perhaps increasing the condition of the home, finding upgrades that you can do to the home, and if you purchase the home at or below the median for the market area that you're looking for, you're going to have a good build-in equity. Every single neighborhood has a rough median sale price for the homes in that neighborhood, whether it's specific pockets of neighborhoods or entire towns. And we track the median sale prices of almost all the towns that we work in because we want to know when a seller is asking for a particular price on a home, where that falls. And we use that information to judge where we think the value is ultimately going to land once the offers are made.
And something called comps can be a helpful guide.
We are going to compare houses that have similar numbers of bedrooms and bathrooms and are of a similar size and offer some similar features and are similar in condition. That's going to be your best comp. A good agent should be able to tell you the difference between an accurate listing price and a listing price that is aimed at attracting more buyers.
So, are you ready to find your paradise and build long-term wealth at the same time?
We're here to help you, whether it's to find a good offer price so that you can get that house, whether it's trying to find a contractor so you can get an accurate price of the work you want to do on your house, whether it's someone to call when you need to repair your house after your purchase.
So I would tell you, if you're looking for a home now is the time to come out and come get your paradise.
For more information about Nancy Chu Homes, visit nancychuhomes.com. And of course, you can visit our website, thebalancingact.com.
Well, planning a big event can feel like a daunting task, but fear not. Our guest that's here today is here to show us how easy it really can be. Stephanie Meininger is the president and CEO of Group to Go. Welcome, Stephanie. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, Montel. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, tell me a little bit about your planning company, your event planning company. You've been doing this for a while, right?
Yes, I started Group to Go back in 2002. That was 20 years ago. And prior to that, I worked for Starwood Hotels and Resorts. But I knew at the time that I could branch out on my own and start my own company, and I did just that.
And, many folks think that hiring, a group travel or an event planner like you costs a lot of money, but it's really the opposite. Is that right?
That is 100% correct, and the best part, we are a complimentary service which allows our clients to free up their time to focus on the critical core of their business. All day long, all we do is book guest rooms and meeting space and work on site at our clients' events. So we're really well-versed in what we need to do to make sure that events happen smoothly.
And you get to save money by negotiating the rates. How exactly does that work?
So on a daily basis, we are reaching out to our hotel partners, booking guest rooms and meeting space. We sit down with our clients and we find out exactly what their needs and wants are. We then put that together, and with one press, we send that out across the country, wherever it needs to go. And then we receive responses back. We then negotiate each of those rates down for our client to make sure they're getting the best rate possible with all of those value add-ins that they're looking for, so they don't have any hidden costs when it comes time for their event.
Well, is there a difference between negotiating rates and travel planning for big groups, let's say corporate sponsors, or maybe small association groups, or just even smaller ones? Is there a difference?
Absolutely. So when we're working with a large group, oftentimes we have a large booking window because we need to make sure, let's say they need 400,000 square feet at a convention center. Sometimes those are booked 6 and 10 years out. And we're looking for certain things like overflow blocks. What happens when the first hotel block sells out? We need to make sure we have in place all of those additional hotels. As opposed to a small meeting, we're looking for maybe an eclectic space. Maybe the client wants an intimate space. Maybe they want it to be really funky.
And now you've just recently expanded your business to include something called travel planner workshops to help people who are interested in the travel business, let's say, search out a new career.
Absolutely. Travel Planner Workshops was born out of a true passion of mine. I love what I do for work, and people are always asking me, what's it like to work in the travel industry? What kind of perks do you get in the travel industry? Do you travel a lot? How are you a mom of 3 working full-time? How do you put that all together? And so Travel Planner Workshops is designed to work with all individuals, hobbyists, people looking for a career change, people who were looking for some side stream revenue, and train them on all the elements of the travel industry so they can go out and run their own travel company, eventually work within our travel company. But the best part of this program that really helps people is that they can earn and learn at the same time, and they can start learning how we collect commission for events, thus offering this great complimentary service to their clients, and learn how to negotiate those best rates. Everyone wins. The hotel partners are happy, the vendors are happy, the clients are happy, we're happy. We're all happy.
And the person learning gets to work with you, right?
Absolutely. I do. I teach some of the classes within Travel Planner Workshops, and everybody who flows through either Group to Go or Travel Planner Workshops works with me in some capacity. I'm definitely hands-on and happy to talk to anybody that wants to work with me.
That's great. Well, if people wanted to hear more information, where do they go?
So they can come to our website at grouptogo.com, GROUPTOGO.com, or they can visit us on Facebook in the group section under Travel Planner Workshops, or on Instagram under Travel Planner Workshops.
Of course, if you want more information, you can also go up on our website, which is thebalancingact.com. I got to thank you, Stephanie, for being here and sharing that information with us today, okay?
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Every child deserves the best education possible. Take a look at this.
Right next to the Hudson River, there's a public school district that's changing lives. Through rigorous programs, relevant curriculum, and authentic relationships, they're preparing confident and resilient graduates who value academic achievements, embrace challenges, honor diversity, and respectfully contribute to their community.
The Hoboken community is a small, diverse, somewhat urban environment, but with a suburban feel.
The perception of the Hoboken Public School District was one in which the community felt that we were a substandard education system. However, the collaboration has been profound, and there has been nothing but positive growth in the community.
Over the past 6 years, the Hoboken Public School District has designed and offered innovative programs that have definitely changed community perception of their public school system.
Project Lead the Way is a nationally known STEM program that introduces children to biomedical science, computer science, and engineering from the youngest grade levels all the way up.
From elementary students learning Mandarin to amazing programs like Classroom Without Walls, Hoboken Public Schools are pioneers in education.
In Japan, I got to go to different places such as Hiroshima and Tokyo. I definitely got to see more about the people and the culture.
With one of the most successful athletic programs in the state, the Red Wings sports teams offer invaluable life lessons.
The Passport to Learning program is something that I'm extremely proud of. This is an after-school program that runs all the way until 6 o'clock. The program is completely financially tiered. Children that receive free or reduced lunch do not pay to participate in the program, and those that can afford to pay do pay. The program includes everything from the introduction of life sports to chess masters and also paddleboarding and kayaking.
Hoboken Public School District has also implemented award-winning fine and performing arts programs.
One of the most wonderful things about Hoboken High School and the Hoboken Public School District is fine and performing arts. Our kids shine. They have won over 150 awards at both the local, county, state, national, and international level in the area of theater.
Even throughout these uncertain times, they've provided the educational, social, and emotional support that children, teenagers, and parents need.
I'm internally grateful to both the teaching staff and the administrative staff for standing behind the premise that we needed our kids in school. I firmly believe, from what I have seen with some kids that have really struggled with the COVID crisis and pandemic, that we saved a lot of kids by being open.
Hoboken Public School District's mission is clear: educate, uplift, and inspire all students.
We have a saying, all means all. It doesn't matter what background a child comes from, an adult comes from. It doesn't matter what financial means a child or an adult has. The fact is that everything we do in the Hoboken Public School District is rooted in diversity and equity and inclusion.
To find out more about Hoboken Public Schools, visit the website hoboken.k12.nj.us, and of course you can check out our website, thebalancingact.com.
Don't miss our next story. It truly is a recipe for success.
When you hear the words frozen foods, what comes to mind? Pizza and snacks? TV dinners? We're here at Cuisinery Food Market in Paramus, and there's definitely more to frozen foods than meets the eye.
So at Cuisinery Food Market, we are a food store and online e-commerce specialized in specialty food imported mainly from Europe. We have a wide range of ready meal made by chef and local artisan that really differentiate us from the other frozen food that you can find in your local supermarket. In general, we are breaking the frozen food barrier with the quality of the product that we're selling. The pastry that you can buy at Cuisinery is going to be as good and as fresh once you bake it as what you can find in a French bakery if you travel abroad, for example. Or our ready meal will be as tasteful as if you're seeing in a nice restaurant and order, let's say, a cassoulet or beef bourguignon.
We're all about breaking the frozen food barrier. Other places you used to frozen pizza, we have frozen flamme couche, which is a tart flambe. Rather than frozen French fries, we have potato croquettes or yuca fries. And instead of frozen cookies, we have macarons. We are one of the few stores that you can find these classic French recipes that are made in the U.S. by top chefs.
Cuisinery Food Market sells healthy and nutritious frozen meals that are chef-inspired.
All our classic French recipes are done here in the U.S. by chefs. And what they do is they take the time to slowly cook these dishes. And that's what it was all about back then, is you put it on in the morning, you went out and worked, and then you came back and had dinner. Quality of food that we use, as well as the French recipes that we have, we trust only to the best chefs. Using classic French techniques makes it homemade because you're not adding anything to preserve it for longer. The flash freezing technique that we use makes it taste like it just came out of Europe.
And if that's not enough, their frozen recipes retain more vitamins and minerals than fresh fruits and vegetables.
So the nutritional value of our food is most of the time better than when it's fresh food because our products are frozen right after being cooked or harvested when it comes to our vegetables, meaning that we can retain more vitamin and nutrient overall in our meals and products. Our unique offering is available both online and in our store. We have currently 3 locations, one in New Jersey, another one in Florida, and one in Texas. And if you're not living near those areas, you can easily purchase the same product online on our website. They can either select in-store pickup if they want to save on shipping and can come and pick up their order directly at our store, or else we can ship directly to their home, and every order is shipped and arrive within 48 hours after shipping.
No cutting, no prepping, just heat, eat, and enjoy, guilt-free.
So I just want to let everybody know you can build a meal with the pre-made meals that we have or the raw ingredients. You pick out your appetizers, your starches and sides, and then don't forget the torch for the creme brulee at the end. Not only does everything taste great, we have a great variety. We have vegetarian, we have gluten-free, and we can also do vegan. We have a wonderful selection of products from appetizers to vegetables to starches, proteins, pre-made, desserts and meals, as well as croissants that you can bake yourself.
We also have a wide selection of dry goods because when it comes to cooking, you might need to have any other ingredients to spice up a little bit your meal.
I want everybody to know that we're saving you time. We've done all the selection of the highest ingredients. We do all that slow process cooking for you so that you can spend time with your family, put it in the oven, 20 minutes later, you have a meal that's ready to go. And I want to say too, that you're doing great too. It's not easy to make 5-star meals every night of the week.
You won't be disappointed, and you're going to be able to taste the same flavor that I tasted back home.
For more information about Cuisinery Food Market or to place your order, go to cuisineryfoodmarket.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Take a look at what's coming up next.
Divorce without the drama is a mantra at Daly & Associates. This allows them to reach a resolution by getting to a compromise that everyone can live with faster.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Daly. I'm an attorney in Morristown, New Jersey, and I practice divorce and family law for the last 25 years. I am a certified matrimonial attorney. I am also a member of the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers and will be president of the chapter this upcoming year. I got interested in family law pretty early on in my career. I was very interested in helping families solve and navigate this area of law, which can be very emotional and very difficult.
Carolyn believes that there are ways to resolve family law matters that are more flexible than litigation, cost less money, and still help families get the desired outcome.
Everyone always assumes that when you're getting a divorce that everybody hires their lawyers and they take on their swords and they begin to fight over what the outcome will be. I don't think that is healthy for families. I don't think that's how they should best approach this area of law, and the alternatives are things like arbitration or mediation or collaborative law. I define success in a divorce case or a family law case as one in which the parties get a desired outcome, that both parties reach a resolution that works for themselves, their children, their family overall, and they haven't spent the entirety of their family's acquired wealth during their period that they were married resolving their case. It is much better for them to put their own children through college than it is to put my daughter through college.
And for those who may not be financially savvy, she has ways to help make sure everyone's interests are protected.
One of the best pieces of advice that I can give anyone in this arena that may not be financially savvy, particularly women is my experience, is go find a financial planner that can work with you. There are many financial planners that are fee-based. They aren't looking to invest your assets. They're not looking for that. They're merely trying to work with you to find the solutions that work. Those people can often look at the numbers, they can look at the income amounts, they can look at an asset, and they can help me come up with very creative ways to divide those assets or to come up with a support obligation that the courts just aren't going to be able to do. So one of the other things I tell clients, I send them a letter when they come in to see me, and I tell them these are all the things you should be gathering. You should be gathering copies of your tax returns for the last 3 to 5 years. You should be gathering copies of any investment statements that you have for the last 3 years at least, bank statements, any leases you have for cars, any mortgage you have for a house. Passwords are important because a lot of times nowadays things are delivered electronically. So if you are the financially savvy spouse, you might want your password not to be your birthday. Or if you're not the financially savvy spouse, then you might want to know what those passwords are. I think it's important, even if you are not that spouse, that you sit down periodically and review the assets so that you know what's there and you know what the debts are. It's not difficult. You should do it quarterly, I would recommend, but if not, at least annually, so that you sort of have an idea of the overall picture. Anything that you can find that has a financial issue or might impact upon a financial issue, you should be obtaining copies of those documents so that you have them ready to review with your attorney and a financial planner.
And since most cases settle at some point during the process, Carolyn feels there are benefits to being proactive.
So I would tell you that in New Jersey, most cases settle. It's well north of 95%. I would say it's 97 or 98% at some point in the process. Oftentimes you can't get a resolution you want that is really what will work best for your family in the courthouse, but you can when you mediate. Mediation is often a better alternative for your children as well because they are not in the middle. And you can spend time with other professionals working out resolutions, providing therapy, talking through issues, instead of having your children subject to custody evaluations, interviews by the court, or in some cases, testifying before the court.
For more information about Daly and Associates, visit dailyfamilylaw.net or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Seeking out a new look? Then check this out.
There are so many precious moments in life, engagements, weddings, births, anniversaries, that are marked with a jewelry purchase. Helping make these occasions even more special are the folks at Kevin's Fine Jewelry.
At Kevin's Fine Jewelry, we're very, very into the customer experience. It's really important to us, myself and the entire staff, that if someone comes in and they walk away with an experience that they want to go home and share with their family and friends and tell them what a great time that they had here and that they got exactly what they were looking for and that we met and exceeded their expectations and sent them home with something that was beyond their wildest imagination. We carry jewelry that ranges from very, very affordable sterling silver or even costume jewelry made of non-precious metals all the way up and through very, very fine, high quality, large size diamonds, and kind of runs the gamut from $20 to $20,000 or $100,000. But we specialize we're really a bridal store. We really do an awful lot of engagements and wedding rings, and we cater to young couples coming in to get engaged and commit to one another for the rest of their lives. The way I got interested in jewelry was I was walking through the mall one day looking in many, many stores for a job. I met a guy in a jewelry store who showed me the shop, and my interest just spiked, and the next thing you know, I was in the GIA learning about setting diamonds and doing jewelry repairs, and that was the beginning of my life in this industry.
They have something for everyone, no matter your taste or budget.
So when you come into the store, the first question we would ask is what shape you're interested in, and then from there we can decide on what style someone might like. Is it something more trendy, something more classic? And of course, would she like the ring in platinum, white gold, or yellow gold, which is actually becoming more popular now.
They enjoy working with heirlooms from previous generations and creating them for future generations.
When someone comes into my store and they have a piece of jewelry that they've inherited from their grandma or grandpa or great-grandmother, and they trust me to remodel it for them or restyle it or even just resize it, and I get a great thrill out of seeing these diamonds, which are billions of years old, being remounted into something that's going to go on for more generations, possibly dozens of generations, and it's just, for me, very, very fulfilling.
They also work with top designers. After all, jewelry is fashion.
One of the brands that we carry is a brand called Holchi Balloony. It's actually imported out of Antwerp, Belgium. And it's a very, very fine line of jewelry that's stretchable bracelets mostly. And there's no clasp. It's a very, very proprietary process that they use that makes these bracelets stretch and they never break. They're guaranteed for life, and they're so easy to wear. And people who buy one almost every single time come back to buy a second, a third, and a fourth. The look is a layering look in the fashion and the jewelry industry right now is to layer bracelets or to layer necklaces. People oftentimes will not just wear one piece, they'll stack them up, and it's very, very nice. And I've had people come in and say, hey, I love your stack, to a client of mine, and it's kind of a new term that's evolved in the industry is I love your stack. One of my favorite types of transactions is when a client comes in and says, hey, let's make something, and I trust that you know what I want, so let's just go ahead and make it. And I had this one client come in and she said, I just want a nice oval diamond, and I don't want it to be too small, and I trust that you know what I want. So we just went ahead and made the ring, and the point at which we revealed the ring to her was such a special moment. She nearly fell off her chair with excitement. It was just a very, very fulfilling moment in my career, one that I'll never forget.
For more information about Kevin's Fine Jewelry, visit kevinsfinejewelry.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Whether you're a child or an adult, it's never too late to learn something new. Check this out.
Welcome to Sacred Heart University's Discovery Science Center and Planetarium, where the learning is in the doing. Their goal is to inspire wonder and ignite creativity in people of all ages.
The Science Center has been a hallmark of the Bridgeport community for upwards of the last 60 years. And with its partnership with Sacred Heart University, we are in the process of reimagining, reinventing, and continuing the wonderful legacy that the Science Center has made for generations of families over the last 60 plus years.
This is Mission Control. Mission Control is one half of our Challenger Learning Center. This is an immersive experience wherein each student has an integral part to play in the successful launching of a spacecraft. And here we are in my favorite gallery, Science on a Sphere. This is a 5-foot sphere that has a 360-degree projection with 4 laser projectors mounted in the 4 corners of this space. We can stream real footage from NOAA, from NASA, and satellite in space. The projections you see are actual footage. This is also one of our favorite galleries to host small events in, receptions, and cocktail hours. And that concludes our tour of Sacred Heart University's Discovery Science Center and Planetarium. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and we hope to see you here real soon.
For more information, visit shudiscovery.org or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us on this local edition of The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.